How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well, staying safe. Um, my name's Herman. I'm known on Twitter as at 3Bcollection. Wanted to make this quick video, kind of a get to know 3B. Uh, kind of tell where I started collecting and where I'm at now. This video is going to be raw, pretty much unedited. Just wanted to put myself out there and see where it goes. But like I said, I started collecting. Well, I wouldn't say I started collecting, but back in 1985, I was 13 years old. Me and my parents was walking around a flea market. Uh, Never really knew what ball cards was, sports cards, baseball, or any kind. I was always a Braves fan. Um, we walked by a table that was just covered from one end to the next with cards. Of course, 13 years old, I was curious. Walked over to the table and looked, and one of the first cards I saw was a 1984 Topps Dale Murphy. Of course, at the time, he was my favorite player. Uh, start tugging on, start tugging on my mama's collar, or shirt tail, I should say. And I want this, mama. Mama, will you buy this? And of course, she didn't see a point in it, but I persisted and walked away with the 1984 Topps Dale Murphy. Took the card home. I looked at it a few days, played with it some. Eventually, it ended up stuck on my wall with a thumbtack. And actually, still have the card here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Lighting's not the best in the world. Pinhole right there. But anyway, it hung on my wall for, I don't know, about a year or so. The following year, I noticed some boys in my class that had some cards, and I walked over and seen what they had and seen what they were talking about. And it put me in mind of the one card that I had back at home, and I was like, "Hey, I've got a Dale Murphy," and they started showing me all the ones they had, and I as well as I can remember, it was 86 Topps they was looking at. Uh, so I start hanging around with these boys, and then became friends. Bought a few cards off of them with some scrap change that I picked up here and there. Uh, just started trading back and forth. Like the next year, I know it was the next year, 1987. 14, 15 years old. We were in an Eckerd's drugstore, and it's the first pack of cards I'd ever saw was the 1987 Topps. As well as I can remember, they had them 3 for $1. Of course, here I go back to Mama. Mama, can I have $1? And she gave me $1, and I bought 3 packs of 87 Topps. Go out and sit on the sidewalk while she's shopping for groceries in the grocery store next door, and opening these cards, and just thinking, this was the most cards I'd ever had at one time. Never had opened a pack before. I did that probably all through '87. I don't know how many packs I opened. At 16, I had got a job at a local Winn-Dixie, working. Of course, had no bills, saving my money, still collecting cards. And we had a truck come in one day, and there was a big display case of 88 Topps come in on the truck. Well, they unloaded the box, set it in the back of the warehouse, set it on top of the shelf. It sat there for probably 4 months, and I saw it. I saw that box every day, and I knew what was in it. I don't know if I was the only one that knew what was in it, but I knew what was in it. I finally asked my supervisor or the store manager. It's like, what are y'all gonna do with this display? And he's like, we're not gonna do anything with it. We ain't got room for it. Why? You want it? I'm like, yeah, I want it. Uh, it was loaded with, I don't know, it was hundreds of rack packs of 88 tops, and I was in heaven. I started opening these packs, and I think I opened every one of them. Uh, that was when I first learned about building sets. Uh, other than the 87, I don't recall building the 87 set in 87, but I knew I had all the cards. Um, I know I eventually went back and built it within the next year or two. Excuse me. But where were we at? Let's see. A couple of years later, I think it was about 1990. I had was when the card shops really started popping up in my area, and I was in and out of them pretty regular. They all knew me by my name, and I knew all of them. I started helping out in a couple of them, just sorting cards. Uh, they was opening boxes and cases like everybody else did in the 90s. Uh, finally landed and working one. It actually was in a local pawn shop, and he had a corner that was dedicated to cards. I started working with him and I worked there for about a year, and he was going to get out of it. Uh, asked me was I interested in it, and I knew what he had. I knew what was there, and I made him an offer, and he took it. And at the age of 17, my first loan from a bank was to buy out a small car shop. Uh, basically just took it over right where it was at, paid him for rent on the spot, and I ran that from 1990 to I think 90 late 91, and he he was going out of business, so it forced me to move out. Uh, and of course, I had accumulated thousands, thousands of cards. Uh, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't about the money. Uh, I just enjoyed sorting the cards. I enjoyed talking to people that came in, trading. I've done a lot of trading. I think I did more trading than I did selling. I did sell a few, packs here and there, and had the Beckett's and the Ultra Pro, or whatever they were at the time. I think they might have been Ultra Pro then. Uh, never really had a outlet to replenish any of my stuff. I actually would go back to the local flea market where there were several dealers set up, and that's where I would buy my boxes and supplies and stuff like that to put back in the store. But at any rate, he went out of business, which forced me out to take all my cards and boxes and cases and uh, figure out a way what to get rid of them. So I started working on flea markets myself. Uh, did that for a couple of years until I got the majority of the bulk of what I had down, except for what I wanted to keep. Uh, like I said, I did that probably through 94. And then 94 to 97, around about the time of the strike, I kind of changed the way I collected it. I started out collecting everything. I was collecting Frank Thomas. He was like my number one PC. Didn't know what a PC was back then, but he was the guy that I was going after the most. That and Dale Murphy, of course. Uh, but I had the Cal Ripkins, and I had the Mark McGuire's, and anybody that was hot at the time. That's who I went after. But after the strike, I changed. I changed the way I collected. I started getting rid of all of the 50 cent and dollar and $2 cards that I had, and just went after like the bigger rookies. Actually, they're the bigger like rookies and their second year cards, which at the time were, Cal Ripken, Don Mattingly, Wade Boggs, Mark McGuire, rookie, um, Roger Clemens. Oh Lord, pretty much any of the big rookies from late '70s, early '80s, and collected those. I think that was about the time. Somewhere right after that was when I discovered eBay. Then I picked a few up here and there off of eBay. See, late '97, we had a house fire, and I lost my entire collection. Um, that, needless to say, put me out for quite a while. Like I said, that was about late '97. I stayed out 10, 12 years probably after that. In 2009, I guess I got the bug somehow. I can't remember how. I don't know if I was on eBay and looking and found something, but I run up on a starter set of 72 tops, and the 72 tops, that was my birth year, and it was one that I'd always said I wanted. So I bought it, and I started building that set, and it was kind of an off and on deal. I put it up and get it back out, and put it up and get it back out, and I didn't really get back into collecting heavy again until 2018, and I found a Twitter community. Several great guys on there that's helped me along the way to get back into collecting. A couple of them gave me some advice on, and like I said, I still consider myself a set collector. Uh, but I also, I'm a little more focused on my individual players. I don't go after so many. I leave them for somebody else. Uh, like I said, there was several guys on Twitter that helped me out and gave me some advice on, you know, I guess being a little more efficient as a set collector. Uh, and moving forward, I plan on keeping that frame of mind. But that's pretty much how I got started and where I am today. I appreciate you watching. I'm gonna do another one maybe tomorrow as far as my future plans. I appreciate it if you'd like this video, share it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me at Twitter at 3Bcollection, and have a good day.